Good day, Saints. Greetings to you, Habari Yako from Kenya. Want to take this time to say hello and just to catch up with you all. Share some brief observations that I'm learning, not just about Kenya, but from about life in general. You know, when we live in different countries on different sides of the world, we primarily get only the view from that side of the world. You don't really take into consideration the perspectives of other people, the way they may view the world, the way they may view money and economy and life itself. And Kenya is a relatively young nation. I think the median age is in the 20s. And so with the young generation who's grown up with technology and things as such, they have seemed to have been exposed to a lot of the Western media, Western culture, styles of clothing, music, movies, and things. I met a lot of Kenyans who watch a lot of American television, and they have a view of Black Americans through the media that they've seen over the years. Some of it with accurate portrayals, some of it is time stamped to a certain time or season or history of America, and that thinking has maybe not progressed further than that. And so this next statement applies to young or old, no matter where you're raised, no matter where you live, no matter what country you live in. The thing about being young is that you don't stay young. And so you must prepare for the progression of life in financially, physically, emotionally, relationally. If you're a young person, unmarried, without children, you may have to view life in the future of being married and having children, raising a family. If you're employed now, you may have to look at the years later when you may not be employed or retired, and you must plan accordingly. So I'm finding out that financial literacy is a big issue, not just in Africa, but for youth and young people all around the world who may not be mentored in basic life skills and life preparation. And of course, some older persons may already be experiencing the negative effects of not having made those plans soon enough. And you may be having struggles or challenges with finances, or struggles with health. And so it's still hope for you, particularly if you learn where you can live a more affordable life. I've been sharing some information about living in Kenya as an alternative, or any other African or foreign country where your American dollar may go further, where you can experience a taste of financial freedom. It's really a tragedy to live your entire working life, and then when your working life is ended, you struggle more or just as much as you did during your working years. So for those of you who that opportunity sounds like a viable option for you, some of you may think it's out of reach for you, and we're trying to share information to help you realize that it's not out of reach, that it indeed can be possible for you to retire comfortably, if not in America, in perhaps another country. I'm in Kenya now, but there are many other countries that you can examine to see whether it's a good fit for you. But particularly as it relates to Kenya, I found that you can live a very affordable life at a minimum cost compared to American society. And I put out information on our affordable AfricanHorizons.com that will give you some information about what it's like to relocate to Kenya, what the economy is like, what the people are like, what the housing costs, and things like that may be like. So you may want to view some of those previous videos to hear about some of my experiences as it relates to that. But let me give some free advice to young persons or older persons, no matter who you are. Depending on if you're religious, Christian per se, and people may have certain teachings about giving, tithing, offerings, and things as such. I'm not here to debate the merits of that in this particular video, but if you happen to ascribe to any of those types of beliefs of tithing per se, for a lot of Christian persons, they teach a principle called tithing. Tithes means a tenth of your income, or in the case of the Bible, it was grain or wheat or fruits or whatever you had. A tenth of it was dedicated unto certain people in their communities, which are the widows, orphans, and strangers, and the Levites received a portion of it. But let's just say you practice that principle. I want to give you another financial nugget. Also, save 10% of your money in savings or liquid investment. Whether that's a savings account, high yield savings account, I suggest that. A high yield savings account, which can earn roughly 3.8, 3.9, sometimes 4% interest. If you have money that's just sitting around, why not let the money work for you? Okay. Also, you can invest in things like a Cash App. Cash App has a stock option where you can purchase stocks from various major companies, and that money is a little more at risk. So I always tell people, do not invest money that you cannot afford to lose. But you can monitor that system. It goes up and down daily based on the stock market of the U.S. stock market. There's little to no money that you can put in, low as $10 at a time. But right now my stock is earning on average about 7% interest. My high yield savings account is earning around 3.8%. So I have around, say you have around $50,000 in a high yield savings account, it earns around almost, I think it's 170 US dollars a month. In Kenya, that's around 22,000 shillings a month. So I use that as a very simple principle of earning some interest. And it's based on the amount you put in. Put in as much as you can. But I tell you, or I tell others often, no matter how little your investments in a high yield savings account or a small stock market account, it's more than what you're earning right now. And every little bit adds up. So begin to get in the habit of saving just as much, at least 10% of your income. If you practice the principles of tithes or not, I want you to save as much as you give. That way you can learn to live off of less. And when emergencies come up, you'll have funds available to help you weather those financial storms in your life. Because if you live long enough, you know that sooner or later some financial struggles, challenges will arise. So it's best to make preparation for those things in advance. Definitely want to touch on that. And for those who think you can't afford to retire, if you're approaching the retirement age, there's no certain age for retirement, of course. You can retire as soon as you're financially able to not have to work. For me, retirement means doing what you want to do, not what you have to do, but you have the resources in order to live that life. And it's always good, saints, to have multiple streams of income. There's a scripture somewhere that speaks about having, say, 7 or even 8 streams of income. That way, if one stream dries up, you have other options of income still coming in. And there's various types of income. You can have business income, passive income, which is money that someone else is making for you, or residual income that you're making on a regular basis from one effort. And then there's active income, where you're actually working in your business or working for a company. So again, it's time to expand your thinking. You don't have to be a financial planner to research this information. Most of the information can be found online, and it will do you well to just research some options that you have. American economy is much more expensive than many other countries, particularly, and I've been sharing with you since I've been in Kenya for a few months now, how the American dollar goes a long way in Kenya, that you can pretty much live a comfortable life on 750 US dollars in a mid-sized city if you're living a modest life, which in Kenya will still be living a middle class to upper class life. $750 here can go a long way. And you know in America, $750 don't go very far. So if you're interested in exploring some of those options, or you need some advice about your particular financial situation, just learn to be practical and learn to design the life that you want to live. Don't live by other people's standards. Don't live your life trying to please and to be like someone else. Live your dreams. I'm here in Kenya. I never really thought about coming to Kenya, but as circumstances allowed, the door or the window of opportunity became available for me, and I seized that opportunity. And I'm telling you, I'm discovering a lot about myself, a lot about my worldview, a lot about the view through other people's eyes, and it gives me an opportunity to really create a brand new life for me and a brand new future for many other people whose lives I'm now able to impact. So just want to take this time to tell everyone, expand your horizons. Expand the horizons in your thinking, in your thought patterns, in the way you view the world, the way you view yourself, and build the future that you want to have for yourself. Hopefully some of these nuggets will stick with you. I always welcome any questions that you'd like to have answered that I can answer about Kenya or life in America or retiring or starting communities, global communities of people connecting to one another. No one was designed to live life in isolation. Let's find a way to connect. Some people say with our tribe, with our family, or with our group. But people need connection, people who share common viewpoints, common experiences. You have things in common that you like to grow and build together as a group instead of trying to do life alone. So just take these small nuggets, and if anything I can do to help you to design and live the life you want, I'm more than happy to do so. In the meantime, God bless you. Kwaheri from Nairobi, Kenya, and God bless you.